Netflix was founded in August of 1997 by co-founders Reed Hastings and Mark Randolph. Originally designed as an online DVD rental company, Netflix became a subscription service in September of 1999 and is seen as one of the greatest success stories of the dot-com bubble of the 90s. Due to declining DVD sales, Netflix began shifting their focus from DVD rentals to streaming in 2007, leading to Netflix to become the company we know it as today. Eventually, their streaming service expanded even further, with Netflix beginning to produce its own original content, such as their early successes House of Cards and Orange is the New Black in 2013. Now servicing over 190 countries, and with around 700 original TV shows and original movies, Netflix has positioned itself at the forefront of the streaming industry.
Even though Netflix is at the top of the streaming industry, it has some outstanding competitors that are right up there next to them. These competitors include Hulu and Amazon. Out of the two, Amazon is definitely the bigger threat. In a report released by Nielsen in November of 2017, 59% of American households were subscribed to either Netflix or Amazon. Amazon did not actually start becoming a big threat to Netflix until around 2014 to 2015, which was 3 to 4 years after Amazon Prime Instant Video was first launched in 2011. The downside to Netflix is that they do not do live streaming, unlike Hulu and YouTube TV who do. Netflix does offer a large library of past and present television programs and movies that were aired on both television and in theaters, but so does Hulu and Amazon Prime. The advantage that Netflix has over these other streaming providers is that it is providing far better quality original content at a much more affordable price. Netflix subscription plans start off at $9, where Amazon starts at $12.99 and Hulu at $11.99 with no commercials. The only real threat to Netflix is programming cost. On average, Netflix spends over $2 billion per year for content. This number would be much lower if Netflix provided more in-house production shows and movies, which they are starting to do more of. As of 2017, Netflix has over 300 original content titles. As the year comes and this number continues to grow, Netflix will definitely have a bigger advantage over the other two companies.
Netflix's current problems come from what publications have described as a culture of fear. Even though employees of Netflix are among the highest paid in their respective fields, Netflix is known for its firing of employees that are only deemed adequate. Netflix expects the very best from its employees, and anything less than that will result in termination. Netflix is also known to employ a keeper test to decide whether or not they would fight for an employee to stay if they were going to leave. We believe that this policy of pure transparency leads their employees to live in fear of whether or not today will be their last. The keeper test also has an effect on managers who have the tough decision of figuring out who is performing at the highest level and feeling as though they are obligated to fire individuals or else they will be seen as soft. Netflix executives see this fear as a good thing and see it as a strong motivator for their employees to be the best or risk being fired. We believe that in the long term, this level of fear could begin to slow down hiring at Netflix, as prospective employees may be driven away due to seeing Netflix as a place with very little job security. While Netflix does offer a generous severance package, people would be more comfortable working somewhere where they feel safe going to work each day. Netflix would retain their current high-level staff while trimming off the adequate members of the team, but the question has to be asked of whether or not that practice is sustainable. Those at the bottom end of high performance will start to be deemed as adequate, and the cycle may continue until no one wants to work at a place where high performing is only seen as average.
While building a working environment around a performance-based culture can be effective for a company in the short run, it will not work for the long run, and Netflix's employee attrition will rise and their high-performance workplace will be at risk. One thing that Netflix does well that it shouldn't change since it is already kind of an effective aspect in their company culture, is unlimited vacation time. Employees get their own freedom to take these vacations as long as they're getting their work done. And this form of freedom with responsibility has brought about some loyal employees while also eliminating ones that weren't so loyal. What we recommend is first that recruiters be transparent about Netflix's working environment when communicating to potential future employees, so that they know that they're going to hire people that are comfortable in a performance-based culture. And these future employees in turn know what type of environment they will be working in, and so that it is up for them to decide whether they can work in that or not. Second, that managers should work harder to be more upfront about what is expected from their employees. And they should give these employees some time to improve on aspects that need to be worked on, rather than just firing them after their first mistake. Things like these keeper tests that they do should be used as a warning the first time around. If an employee does not pass the test, they should be notified by a manager and told why they did not pass. And once they're notified, the employee should be given a fair amount of time to improve on any flaws that were mentioned. And if they do not improve, only then would it be reasonable to terminate them. While they should dial it down a notch, Netflix should still maintain their performance-based culture, just not in the same cold, calculating way. They should try to build a more community and family-based environment in some form or another. It doesn't have to be just that, but they need some form of it to be able to balance out that performance-based other half. And they should also do a reward system. If employees do pass the keeper test or are meeting or exceeding company standards, they should be rewarded in some form or another with some like a bonus for example. We believe that this will make the culture of Netflix much stronger, resulting in better performance, less employee attrition, and a healthier working community.